Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to Star Technology. Today we're getting out of the starting age here. So, early game. We're going to finish off these last few quests up here. Unfortunately though, we're not going to be able to get the big loud noise of satisfaction because getting all of the the crafting things, mechanical crafters, for this is just too expensive on the redstone for me right now. But we'll get those at some point later on, but that'll be the straggler from this chapter. And then we'll get into the beginnings of the next chapter here. So we're looking at getting 8 basic electronic circuits. So I do have in my inventory everything we need for those 8 electronic circuits. So glass tubes. These are a little bit interesting in this pack in the fact that to make glass panes, this is going to be a pain. To make glass panes, we have to use a saw. And yeah. So until we have more technology, we are stuck with doing it with a saw. So I already used up my complete iron saw already. I had to make a steel saw for the next thing. And also we went through almost an entire steel wire cutter on top of the original iron wire cutters that I made in the original, making all of these wires. So 64, so almost 2 stacks of copper wire, 24 red alloy wires, which we had to turn into cables. And then we needed to get 2 tin cables as well so that we can make the energy converter here. But anyways, that's it for the crafting goodness. And then we're getting into a little bit of the create new age stuff over here as well. So we'll dip our toes into that in the next chapter. So let's take a look at the basic electronic circuit. So we need steel plates, then these resistor things. Resistors are charcoal dust, copper wire, and paper, along with some sticky resin. This recipe's not too bad because we get 2 out of each one, and then charcoal dust, coal dust, and then later on when we have a different, we could make this fine copper wire if we wanted to extend how much copper we had, but we have lots of copper, so no need to make this copper foil, which would just have been putting a hammer to the copper plates, and then we could get, we could have doubled technically our wire for that, but copper is not a big deal at this page. Like I got 303 unsmelted copper plus 150 that I haven't even used yet, so we're good on the copper. But like I said, wasn't a big deal to do that recipe. This resin printed circuit board, which is where we're sinking all of that copper wire into, so 8 copper wires per resin printed circuit board. Then a resin circuit board in itself is a recipe where we have to use wood planks and sticky resin. So basically 2 sticky resin and 1 wood plank per circuit board. These are equivalent recipes. This is just better for bulk crafting there. The wood planks in themselves is 3 slabs. So there's a little bit of wood chopping that I had to do to prepare for that. Then the more trickier one, I guess, the vacuum tubes. As I was explaining, these glass tubes are made with 6 panes, and then we also need the copper wire and steel bolts, which are basically just sawed steel rods. Anyways, that's it with the explanation. Let's get to the crafting. So put everything into the system so it's all there for me to use. I'm gonna need 8 resistors, or is it 16? 16. I think I might even be short on copper wire. I think I might have mathed that part wrong. Resin printed circuit boards. Yes, I did run out of copper wire. Alright, probably time to chew through the rest of these steel cutters here. And I had one left over. That's 14. There, that should be enough. What happened? What happened? Just keeps disappearing on me. There we go. And we got our 8 electronic circuits there. So let's just make sure I got all of those. I didn't miss any of those quests. All right, so the next one is this LV converter. We probably don't need this today because I'm not actually going to be making any of the machines. But this is what we're going to use to transform our RF-based power, which Create New Age gives us, into EU, which we need for GregTech machines. But I did put everything together to get this, so we may as well go ahead and make it. There's 4 options here, so this is a 1 amp energy converter, so it'll give us, if we only have a small amount of FE, forge energy, then we'd only use a 1 amp. If we get up to, 512, we can get a 4 amp. The only differences between these are the size of the soul infused wire you need. So the 1 amp takes the 1x, the 4 amp needs 4 times. I just didn't feel like grinding out to get all of the soul infused wire that we needed, although it might have been a better idea to go up to the bigger converter, but it is what it is. I've chosen this bed, and so that's what we're gonna lie in here. So LV machine hulls. We're going to need lots and lots and lots of these as we get into the machines, but basically 2 wrought iron plates, 1 steel plate, 2 tin cables, and then a machine casing. And a machine casing is 8 steel plates for each of those. So there, and then it's easy to find all of your tools at the top of the, because there's only 1 of each, right, in your inventory, so you just go all the way up to the top. No, it's wrench. So 1 of those. I keep my wrench on me here. There's the LV machine hull. And there's our energy converter, which we'll be using later. All right, let's take a look here. Industrial Revolution time. So we're coming down this way, carbon brushes. So we're going to be making a carbon brush and some generator coils. I think I'm going to make 3 for now. Hopefully that should be enough RF to get us through what we want to do here today. So Carbon brushes, 5 steel plates, one of those circuits we just made, a couple of charcoal, and a shaft. Nothing too hard there. Generator coil, 8 copper ingots, and a block of andesite alloy. There we go there. And then we need a magnet to put around the generator coils to produce the energy. And that we have down here on this thing, all the different tiers of... What's this pointing to way over there? Rare earth metals. Yeah, I guess the neodymium magnet, we're going to need some advanced stuff. Yeah. Yep. We're definitely not going there today, but maybe we'll get down to this fluxated magnite. So magnetite blocks. 5 stone and 4 magnetite dust. So I've been saving all of my magnetite dust for now. I think there's 12 for each brush. So we're going up to 36. My math might be off on that as well. And we'll just take a look in here. So it's almost a no-brainer. Almost, I say, if you don't look far enough ahead. But if you look at this redstone magnet, this has a magnetic force of 2. This has a magnetic force of 1. So it would generate twice as much forge energy for us. But the thing is the recipe for the redstone magnet cost the magnetite block plus some more magnetite and a bunch of redstone again, which I already alluded to. I'm a little bit low on the redstone. If we look further along, this fluxated magnetite requires 2 magnetite blocks for every one of those. So I'd rather do this upgrade than the redstone one. And we should be able to get there pretty quickly anyways. The thing about this overcharge stuff is that we do need to make these energizers, which is obviously super simple. And then probably get the advanced energizer once we get our first little bits of overcharged gold there as well, so we can get charging done faster. And the last and not least thing we're going to need is a little bit of copper wire as well to transfer around RF around our base. This is done in a mechanical saw. So we're going to take a copper plate, we're going to throw it onto the saw, and we're going to get some copper wire out of it. So I do have my plate ready, and I did throw a saw down just over here just so that we could do this quickly and get our copper wires. And I made the electrical connectors already. These are really simple to make. 3 copper nuggets and 3 andesite alloys, and gives you 2 connectors to go there. To the basement. And remember, we set up this big shaft last time, so this is where we are going to put our machines. So this is current output, obviously 0 at the moment. We add our brushes, and ooh, we actually did get overstressed. Okay, so I am gonna have to make some more generators. I thought about it just kind of at the last minute before I started going, and worst fears did come true. So let's see about... There, we can get away with 2, I guess. Is this gonna be in our way? No, it's not. So if we just take one of these magnetite blocks and we aim it at one of the brushes, and we just hold down right click, it will build all itself. And the last one went in the wrong spot. There we go. Now this has stopped it again. So let's see if we take off this brush, if we can get it running. There we go. So what's that? 57 RF a tick. So that's not very much. So yeah, let's go make some more diesel jennies, and hopefully we'll be able to run the system a little bit quicker. Alright, I added 2 more on over here, and we did manage to get that second one completed and filled, and now we've got 114 zaps per tick. It's gonna have to do. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this Energizer requires rotational energy and power. And I made a depot so that we can put things down on there. Oh, okay, so because it's touching there, I don't need to hook it up with the wire and the connectors there. So we can start making so at some point I'll have to backtrack to get this recipe, and then the next one is the layered magnet, which is iron and gold. But I want to skip both of those and go straight to the fluxated. So that's 4 gold per, and we're going to need 24 for what I have. And this is an overcharged diamond. We're going to need 12 diamonds and 48 gold. One short. This is probably going to take a while. Let's take a look. So this takes 10,000 per. So I guess it's probably more prudent to... What is the use energy on this one? 2,000 per. And we can go up to the next tier of Energizer with just the first 2 of those, right? So that's probably what we'll do. The 2 of these. See, that's not too bad. That's not too slow at all. Oh. Let's see how this one does. Oh, that's pretty quick. All right. That's not going to take me very long to finish this off, but I'm not going to make you wait for me for it. All right, that did not take very long at all. So, oops, I forgot to collect all of these guys up. Bang, 24. Now, I don't know if these have more drag to them. I don't know if that's the best way to say that. They do. All right, I'm going to make a few more engines to add to this. So I guess this is where we're going to regret not making the noisy ones, but I don't think I'll ever regret not making the noisy ones. And where am I? What am I doing? Who am I? Oh yes, I'm making diesel generators. We'll be back in a bit. Well, we managed to make it work. We're now getting 920 FE per tick, so that's pretty much right around the capacity of our copper wire, so that's a good thing, TM. However, my speed controller's at 1. Runs at 8, but that definitely doesn't run the mixers. So this is going to start going down real fast because, oh yeah, this mixer's actually, no, it's not working. So I'm going to need one more, but currently at 13, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we needed 13 so that we could actually get this up to a proper speed where we can run our things upstairs as well. Wonder if this is this even working right now? No. Oh, do I have anything in there to run? Yes, I do. So yeah, this is turning too slow even to work. If I take that out of the equation, it was only doing 256, so yeah, it still doesn't get us up there. Anyways, lesson learned. These are quite impactful on our SUs, so... But we did get up to a decent amount of juice that we can run. Just had to wait till I got a bunch of infested leaves so that I could get more string so that I could silence those silly things. But yeah, at this point here, I think we'll cut off this episode. Probably, yeah, just one more last talking point to get to. So with the... Actually, I was going to try this to see if this worked. Let's do this on camera. So, where are we going to set up our little workshop? I think we're going to have it around here somewhere. So does this take the input on the red? Go back and read in here. That doesn't explain it. Whereas in on the green. Okay, so the red says native conversion FE to EU. So I assume red is in and green is out. So if we change that to, and then it says in the description here, starts as an FE converter, use a soft mallet to change. So I do have a soft mallet in here. And just demonstrate that if I click this, I still can't tell what's going on. I'm going to guess that the red is for the FE. So those wires actually do run through other blocks. Okay, but it's not got any power in it. Nope, that's not high enough. Let's just attach it to a green side this time and see if that works. So yes, it looks like it's in on green and then out on red. Okay. Actually, I did want this. Placed this way. It doesn't matter where we put these, and it's now it doesn't have power. Oh, that's just lovely. I love testing things live on camera. I guess I'll figure it out off camera and we'll review it in the next episode. But I did see power go in, so that's a thing. We need the pluses around the side we want it to come in on. So it starts at... That's weird. Anyways. Yes, we do have lots of EU in there, so we'll be able to hook up our machines next time. I have earmarked over here the machines that I will be setting up. So the biggest things, we're going to get a little workshop going. We do need the polarizer. You're pretty much forced to make this immediately so that you can make the other parts for the other machines. So the motors are the thing you need to make the polarizers for, because it requires this magnetic rod. So polarizer, then wire mill, bender, and lathe. And these are all the things. So the wire mills, obviously this makes wires for us. The benders will make, boo, he's bad. We want Bender. benders make our plates for us at 1-to-1 instead of 3-to-2 in our forge hammer. And then the lathe will make us our rods at 2-to-1. So you get 2 rods out of every ingot that you put in instead of 1-to-1. And then you're no longer using the durability on your file every time you make the rods. Similarly with the wire mill, you're getting depending on which circuit you use, but if you're just making regular wires, each ingot you put in gives you 2 wires out on the other side. So you're doubling your thing back, and you don't have to press it into the plate first. So sometimes you'll lose out, pressing your steel and your red alloy ingots into plates before you can make the wire. You don't have to do that with the wire mill, so you're getting even more, right? Instead of a 3-to-2 to get plates and then a 1-to-1 to get your wires, you're getting 2 for every 1 straight up. So that's a big, huge savings there on the wires. So wire mill most important, bender the next most important, and then the lathe is pretty important as well for all of the things that we're going to need down the line, because these all need these motors, which takes tons of rods and wires. And then we're also going to need to find a more efficient way to make the rubber for our cables. And that'll be the next one, but probably talk about that more in the next episode. We'll wrap this one up here. Hey, I appreciate you all for checking out the episode and me fumbling my way through Create New Age. It's my first time doing it, so it was fun to figure out and see exactly how much stress we're going through to get there. So I wonder at this point, is it worth doing a big steam build instead of all these diesel generators? But not too sure. I guess the last thing we could look at is I was wondering if my production is keeping up, and it is not. So we're going to have to add in another basin there to be able to meet the needs of our biodiesel usage now. It's not going down super fast, but it is going down. And we do need to add more generators to be able to meet the needs of the system as I have it set up here now. Anyways, those are my closing thoughts. I appreciate you all. As always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!